I'm glad you're with us. Today is Thursday. It's May 30th. I'm Wayne Alley.
And I'm Kim Bess. Thank you for joining us today.
And somewhere in the world, it's morning.
Yes, it is.
I just thought I'd mention that. Elsewhere, it's not. So I'm glad you're with us. Kim, what a great show we have planned today.
Oh, goodness, yes.
What's on today's program?
We have Paige Lerner on. She's here to talk about Crime Stoppers, of course, and the crime of the week. But she's also here to talk about safety tips for the summer.
That's good.
While many of us travel and go to different destinations, we want to make sure our homes are safe, and Paige is here to give us some tips.
It's always a concern of mine. Anytime, whenever anybody, for that matter, goes out of town, perhaps leaves their home unguarded, so to speak.
Right.
It's something that you have to think about.
That's right.
And I'm glad to hear that she's going to be with us today to give us some tips.
And there's a few things that she told me today that I had never heard of before.
Oh,
So
okay.
yeah,
That's
that'll be
good.
nice to hear.
Good
and I hope
news.
you learned something from that. We also have an interview with the Paramount Theater of upcoming events.
Okay, that's good.
And you had a recent interview with the Edgertons here in town about the Optimist Fun Day coming up.
They are two wonderful people, good friends
Yes,
of mine
they
for
are.
many years, and you know them as well. Bill and Jan Edgerton is going to be with us, and we're going to be talking about Kids Fun Day.
That's right.
What a delight they are.
That's right. That's
All
all
right.
sponsored by the Optimist Club.
We'll have a look at today's almanac, things that happened on this day, maybe a tip or two hither and yon. Perhaps we can help you with birthdays as well. We'll let you know who may be celebrating a birthday today.
Yes, if we got anybody we recognize.
In birthdays?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, sure. Winona Judd.
Yes, we
Happy
all
birthday.
know. How old is she?
She is 48 today. She and her
Okay.
mom, of course, started out as a team. Mom retired, kind of, sort of, and ran for public office.
Yes, she did.
Didn't do too well, though, but that's okay. She still put forth the effort, which is more than you can say for a lot of people.
That's exactly
At least
right.
she was out there. And, of course, Winona went on to become a star in her own right, all by herself, doing extremely well. Very talented lady.
Yes,
She's
she is.
48 years today.
Good for her.
Birthday today for football star Gale Sayers. He is 69 years, referred to as the Kansas Comet. Some years ago, a member of the Pro Football Hall of Fame, despite playing only 7 seasons. Birthday today for one of my favorite actors. That's Clint Walker on TV. He was Cheyenne on television.
Oh, yeah.
And he was also in Yuma as well. And a fellow by the name of Kevin Eastman doesn't mean a thing to most people.
Nope, I don't recognize him.
Kevin Eastman, and I didn't either. He's 50 years today. He's the guy who created the Teenage Mutant Ninja
Turtle. I had a feeling that's what you were going to say.
He's the guy that came up with that. So it
Kids
kinda,
still love that.
I love that.
Do you love it?
Yeah, I love the Turtles. Yeah, I love the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. I don't know. That's not only a guy thing, though.
No, there was a few girls.
Yeah. I mean,
Yeah.
I love the Turtles. Yeah.
I'm glad. I'm
were
glad. What there was like 4 different colors. Did you know that?
I knew there were 4
Of the
different colors,
yellow,
but I can't
blue,
recall
green,
which
and
ones they
I
were.
can't remember the 4th one.
They were named after famous artists. There was
Yes, they were.
Raphael, there was Rembrandt, there was, and they
Oh,
go
yes.
on. But it's the whole idea. It kind of makes you wonder where this guy grew up and what his kind of an imagination he had.
You know he
as
had
a
one.
child. You know he did, to come up with the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
Did quite well for himself.
Did quite well for himself. Indeed, he did. All right, Ben Franklin,
Yes.
another one of my favorite actors.
Oh, really?
Although, yeah, not really. No, but he's noted for so many things. The first postmaster, of course, in politics, of course, a signer of the Declaration of Independence, but he was also an inventor. A lot of people don't think about that. He, of course, invented bifocals. He invented the Franklin stove. He, of course, discovered or was able to prove the existence of electricity within lightning. He just did so many things, but he also invented a lot of things that people are not aware of. For instance,
Yeah, please tell us.
in 1742, which is just a few years ago, observing the wasteful use of firewood in inefficient colonial fireplaces, he designed, as I mentioned, the Franklin stove, which used its iron body to diffuse a much larger portion of the heat. The stove enabled poor families to save money and be warmer in the winter. Now, why would he think of something like that, come up with an idea like that?
That's what inventors do, Wayne.
But he ended up saving people a lot of money and being, of course, a good steward of the environment. Using
And I'm
less
sure that was
wood.
the reason he did that.
Oh, yeah, right. In 1749, noticing that lightning was attracted to metal and tall objects, he hit on the idea of attaching vertical metal rods to the tops of tall buildings. Lightning rods. There you go. He invented those. He had been appointed, of course, postmaster in Philadelphia in 1737, and he came up with the with the odometer, which is a mileage thing in your car.
That's
All
right.
cars have odometers, but did you know that they were invented back in the 1700s?
By Benjamin Franklin.
By Ben Franklin. He came up with that idea. The complicated device composed of 3 interlocking gears was attached to the wheel of postal carriages in order to figure out the distances traveled by postal officers. Those are just 3 of the things there. We'll have some more for you tomorrow on that, things that, Ben Franklin invented that you may not be aware of.
I had no idea that he invented the odometer.
Well, actually, I didn't either. I thought the odometer came along a lot later than that.
Yeah.
I thought it was like in the 1800s. I know they used them before Studebaker became automobiles. They actually made covered wagons. Studebaker did. And I know that the Studebaker covered wagon used an odometer to track their way across the nation when they were going out west. But I didn't realize that Ben Franklin was a part of that.
And so he did it to track the postal workers and how much travel they had done.
Exactly. Of course, he was trying to find a more efficient way to deliver the mail to the different routes and different locations at that time, because houses were a bit further apart than they are now.
Oh, yes.
Oh, yes. All right. Let's see now. What else do we have today?
Well, this weekend, this Saturday, we've got 2 different events going on. There's probably more, but we know of 2 different events. You've heard us talk about Parks and Rec and how they are having the Paddle the Noose or Cruise the Noose this weekend.
Yeah.
So they've got about 100 canoes and kayaks, and they've got a group that have signed up to be a part of this, and I can't wait to hear about it once it's over. But a group is going to be cruising down the Noose River together. I mean, not literally right side by side, because, you know, after a period of time, they're going to all spread out, but they'll have guides there throughout the whole long length of travel they'll be doing. And they'll have a good time. They'll stop for a picnic and take lots of pictures, and we've asked them if they'll put on one of those little webcams.
Oh yeah, the Hero, the GoPro.
Yeah, GoPro.
Yeah, the GoPro.
And they'll have it on one of their helmets, and they'll take some little video footage for us of the whole event. We'll see what that's like when it's over.
That sounds like so much fun.
I think it's going to be a great time. So about 100 people on the Noose this Saturday. Yeah.
Wow, let loose on the Noose. Wow.
There you go.
All right, and the Mental Health Association will have a Lunch and Learn event coming up June 12th. This will go from noon until 1 o'clock, and it's usually, they try to get people out by after an hour because, you know, they realize people are having to work and all that. But Dr. Martin Williams is clinical director of the Longleaf Neuromedical Treatment Facility in Wilson. And Dr. Williams will be speaking about geriatric caregivers.
Oh, that is such a big topic these days.
It is. Geriatric caregivers discussing issues of providing care of an aging population. We are all getting older. Yeah.
No, we're not.
Yes, we are. Yes, we are. Everybody but Kim.
Yes.
All right. Sessions are open to the people, but registration is needed by June 10th. Now, June 10th. The event's free. Lunch is available for $5, but you don't have to eat. You can just go. To register, call 734-3530. 734-3530, and leave your name and phone number or email MHAWC, Mental Health Association, Wayne County.
Where will it be held? Do you know?
It's going to be held at the Wages Office, and thank you, I skipped right over
on
there.
Royal Avenue.
On Royal Avenue, 601 Royal at the Wages Office at 1 o'clock on June 12th. But you have until the 10th to register for this, so please do so. Geriatric caregivers. You're right, it's a big topic right now.
Absolutely. Well, also this weekend on Saturday.
There's more?
There's more.
Whoa.
If you have young children, there's going to be a festival at Herman Park.
I have old children.
Do you have old children?
Old, very old.
Well, if they have younger children,
now.
well, you know, they might want to go in their wheelchairs then. But this is called the Born Learning Young Children's Festival at Herman Park.
Okay.
It will be available from 10 until 2. It's a free event. There'll be over 30 local agencies that'll be there that provide some type of care or service for families of young children. When I say young children, I mean like birth to age 5.
Okay.
Because that's what, this is all for the Partnership for Children, Smart Start.
Right.
And that is the age group that they work with. And it's being funded by United Way of Wayne County.
Really?
It certainly is.
Way to
And it's
go,
a big
United Way.
national campaign that tries to encourage parents to understand the fact that children are born learning. So from the day they're born, they're learning minute by minute.
I'm telling you, I did.
Did you?
Oh, well, yeah.
So glad to hear
By the
that.
time I was 2 months old, hey,
You knew it all.
I was learning.
You were learning. There you go.
Okay, maybe by 3 months.
Okay, well, I get it. I get it.
Okay.
So we want to encourage you to take your children out to Herman Park this weekend. Free, fun things to do. I mean, they're going to have free food, lots of activities, entertainment over at the gazebo. Life-size. Remember they did this earlier today. Life-size chutes and ladders game.
Oh yeah.
I mean,
fun.
it's huge, and you actually walk on the big board. It's massive. They're going to have all kinds of fun events. The Mystery Machine from Scooby-Doo will be there.
All right.
How about that?
The van, you know, the
Exactly,
Mystery Machine.
exactly.
I am a big fan of Scooby-Doo.
That's right.
Oh,
The
yeah.
Kiwanis train, you get free train rides.
I'm a big fan of the Kiwanis train too. Yeah.
We're all a fan of free food.
Oh yeah, I'm a big fan of free food. Yeah.
This is something different. The Scrapbook Exchange will be there. And this is a big van that brings loads and loads of recyclable materials that kids can make artwork with. I mean, it can be anything you can imagine. They will have a van and they'll pull out big bins that is full of all kinds of recyclable materials, and the kids get to use it to make artwork.
Oh boy!
It's really, really neat.
That sounds like fun.
So that's a fun day this Saturday, 10 to 2, Herman Park. Want to see you there.
Did you know that hurricane season
upon us.
opens Saturday?
Is it Saturday?
June 1st. Is Saturday June 1st?
Yes, it is.
Okay, then it's June 1st. It's Saturday, the first day of hurricane season. Now, the last 2 or 3 or 4 years, there have been storms that just kind of popped up out of nowhere.
Oh, yes.
2 to 3 weeks before June 1st, the hurricane season opened. But I don't think we've had that situation
Not
yet
in North
this year.
Carolina
Not
that I'm
this-
aware of.
Yeah, not yet. So be prepared. There are ways that you can help protect your property and your lives.
That's right.
By simply being ready and being aware.
Have a plan, too.
Have a plan. Have a plan. There's all kinds of things you can do. And during the course of the next several days and weeks, we'll cover some of those things. Plus, we'll be keeping an eye out in the Atlantic to let you know what's going on out there as well.
Exactly. And I know you all may do the same thing with the county, but I know on the city's website, we actually have a button that is hurricane safety. So
Well,
you
that's
can
good.
click on that and you
Yeah.
can see all kinds of ways to help your family make a plan in case a hurricane is coming our way, or tornado, any of those types of
Yeah. Okay, and that's on the city's website.
weather. Yes, it is, which is goldsboronc.gov.
All right, very good. Okay, shall we start?
I think we shall. I believe we're going to go on and see Crime Stoppers, Safety Tips for Traveling, Paramount Theater, and you spoke with the Edgertons about an event coming up soon. Welcome back to Wayne Goldsboro Television. With me today is Paige Lerner. She is the coordinator of Crime Stoppers here in Goldsboro and Wayne County. Welcome to the show, Paige.
Good morning. Thank you.
So before we get started about a particular case that you're working on that we need the community's help, let's talk a little bit about summer traveling and safety tips.
Sure.
It's that time of year. People are out and about, leaving their homes, doing fun things because it's that time of year.
Right.
But we don't want to be out and about doing fun things and then come back home and have problems because we didn't protect ourselves.
Right. We want to come home to our property the
Yes,
way we
we
left
do.
it, obviously. I think when I think about summer safety, I'm probably thinking about what are the reports that I see when I look at their morning reports. What are our citizens going through? Why are they having to report this? And one of the things that sticks out is summertime's coming. A lot of people are going to be traveling, hopefully, to good places, a lot of fun places. When you leave your house and you lock it up, there's several things you can do, especially in the city. One big thing we like to offer is we do home checks. And so for those citizens that don't know, they can contact the police department, fill out a simple sheet. It just describes their property, what kind of vehicles are going to be there, whether or not they have a light on inside the home or a TV home, playing, or maybe the radio's left on, whatever they feel the need to leave it. And obviously we have some crime prevention officers that will make some suggestions if they would like. What they do is contact the police department. We fill out a sheet of paper. They let us know when they're leaving, when they're coming back. The patrol officers that are assigned to that area are given that direct information so they know to, hey, be checking on this house. They'll swing by the house, they'll get out, they should be walking around the residence.
Oh my goodness, that is very convenient.
They'll take a look, and obviously we can't be there 24 hours
Right.
a day, but it is in their area, they know their area, they know what looks out of place. It just gives them that extra sense of security.
Yes.
Everybody does not have a security system. And so we can try to work with them to try to close those avenues that make it easy on the criminals. Don't leave your house looking as if you
You're
are on
gone for a
vacation.
period of
Right.
time, yeah.
You know, hopefully you have a trusted neighbor that maybe will pick up your mail and pay attention to things in the yard. You know, have somebody pick up your mail that you trust. Have somebody take a look at your residence. Give the police department a call. We'll do a security check and we'll try to look out for you while you're out of town.
Right.
But if they just would pay attention to those type of small things, sometimes it pays off. A lot of times what people are doing is they're leaving their vehicles unsecured. And
So they're not locking them.
yeah, they're not locking their cars, and I think that part of that, some people think that if they just leave it unlocked, then their window won't be damaged.
Right.
Which invites the criminals sometimes. It makes it easier on the criminals, and I guess they're right on that aspect, but they're still leaving their GPSs where people can see it. They're still leaving their prescription medications right there in their car. Seems to be, you know, a normal routine for a lot of people. These women are still leaving their purses right there in the seat.
With the car unlocked.
They'll leave it unlocked. They'll leave their purse right there.
Oh, wow. We've got to get away from that.
We've got to stop that. You know, people leave things right there visible. It helps to secure it. Obviously, if you've got to leave something in your car, cover it up. Leave it up under the seat. You know, it's not going to guarantee it's safe, but at least it's not asking somebody to come in your car. You know, the biggest thing I would suggest, lock it, cover everything up, or bring it with you.
Do you see much of people, when their cars are unlocked, criminals trying to take out radios anymore? I know that used to be a big thing, pulling out radios and various things like that, CD players.
You don't see that as often as we used to years ago, like you said. It just seems like daily in the reports, it's a wallet that's been left in the car, it's a gun that's been left in a car, and you see a lot of prescription medications left in the car. And I don't know if that just goes with society because so many more people seem to be reporting theft of their prescription pills for various reasons. But we see a lot of reports about that, and it seems to be a regular routine. You see a lot of reports of their iPads and their iPhones and their cell phones being left in a car. Right, and that is what the criminal wants. They love to put their hands on those iPads and those cell phones.
Those are easy things to resell.
Right, take them with you. There's no reason to leave, you know, a $400 iPad in your car.
Exactly.
So those are big suggestions.
So when you're out and about and you're traveling to these destinations, so we've talked about things to keep your home safe and the cars that are left at your home. But how about when you're traveling, you know, down the road and you're going to be on like a road trip? Is there anything in particular that we should keep in mind when we're going to be traveling for long periods of time?
You know, maybe some of the things that stick out, you know, obviously if you're traveling with somebody, you know, it's nice to have somebody on the road with you. Prepare your car for being stuck somewhere or having a flat tire. There's going to be those occasions. I just traveled out of state this past week myself. I saw 2 wrecks. I saw a motorcycle on the side of the road that looked to be in the middle of nowhere.
Yes.
You know, think about these ahead of time. Let people know in your family where you're going so they know when to expect you at a destination. If you don't show up, then they know to be alarmed. I guess be aware of your surroundings as far as
that's with everything, isn't it?
Right. You know, just the same way with parking lots. When you're out on the road, be aware of your surroundings. Be aware of the person coming up behind you. You know, if you stop at a rest location, try to take somebody with you even into the restrooms. You know, it's same old tips, but they work if you use them.
Right. These are just things we take for granted and just don't always have it at the forefront of our minds.
Right.
And this is that time of year when we are going to be out of place a lot more than usual.
Yep.
Children are out of school,
Right.
and there's just a lot more activity that seems to be going on, and we do want to keep ourselves protected.
Exactly. And I think with you saying children being out of school, you're right. You know, some schools in the county, they're out already.
Right.
Some are not out already, but we're going to have a lot of kids at home. You know, I have a 13-year-old, and I think about some of the safety tips. You know, parents, you need to just don't leave them at the house. You know, give them the tips to go by.
Need some instruction.
Right. You know, have some safety words between you and your child. Have, you know, a plan. You know, if you're not in place, let them know somebody else to contact for a point of contact. But speak to them before you just leave them at the home and leave them kind of idle.
Right, and things such as if somebody comes to your door, what is your child supposed to do?
Right.
Or do you tell your child, don't answer the door no matter what?
Right.
You know, I'm the only one that would be coming here and I have a key.
Right.
So I won't be knocking on the door, ringing the door. But if the UPS man comes or if somebody comes to make a delivery, they'll leave it on the front doorstep.
Make
or
a
they'll
plan.
come back. Have a plan with your family.
Right. It's the little things sometimes you think your kids would think to do, but you just don't know until they get faced with it.
Exactly.
So talk to them about a plan. definitely.
And even write them down.
Right.
Write instructions down and put them on your refrigerator.
I need Post-it notes, and
Yeah.
I'm a fan of Post-it notes. If you have to put Post-it notes, then do it.
Whatever it takes to keep your family safe.
Right, all right. And, you can always tell your child 911 is available. If your kid is at home and they are nervous enough that they don't know what to do, they can call 911, and we will either send obviously a deputy out to the residence or a police officer. And if it's a false alarm, then we'd rather, check into it than not check into it or get there too late.
Well, that's good to know that is an option, that
Right.
if a child is at home alone and feeling scared or nervous about something, it is okay to call 911.
Right, right.
Great. Well, tell me, let's move into the crime of the week that we're looking at here. You have a situation and you need
Yeah.
the community's help. Can you tell us a little bit about this particular incident?
Yes. This happened on Tuesday, May 28th at approximately 10:20 in the morning at the Walmart on Smith Avenue here in Goldsboro.
Okay.
We had a woman shopping, pushing a shopping cart. She had a child in the shopping cart. She was going down the aisle. She felt somebody kind of in her personal space, a little bit too close for comfort. And actually, when she turned around, she found a suspect with a cell phone basically trying to take pictures up under her dress. This kind of startled the suspect.
I would think so.
And he left the scene. Fortunately for us, we have very good video, which is available. But because it's such a recent crime, I don't have the video for you today, but we
Okay.
do have it if somebody's out there listening after my description of the suspect and they're like, that sounds like somebody I might know. We can certainly show them and just see. And if it's not, it's not. If it is, then that would be great information too. But the video, fortunately, in this case, it allows us to definitely see the suspect.
So you can see his face well.
Right, right. And we'll be working on that in the future as far as trying to post it for the community. But this suspect is described as a white male, approximately 30 to 40 years old. Don't have a height, but he has short, dark brown hair, very close cut, and wearing a light blue polo-style shirt with white horizontal stripes across the whole front, all the way down, even on the arms, faded blue jeans. If anybody is aware of somebody they might know or that sounds similar to somebody they might know that was shopping in Walmart on May 28th at approximately 10:20 in the morning at the Spence Avenue location, then we would love to hear from them and check it out.
My goodness.
Yeah.
Okay, so there's two different ways they can get in contact. They can call 911.
Right.
Or
They can call
Crime Stoppers.
And that's at the 735-2255 number. And I'll be more than willing to take any information they might have, especially if they think if they think that seeing the picture would help. I can certainly coordinate that, or if they have a name they just want to drop, or if they want to text me at my Crime Stoppers line, that's 222-4230.
So texts are available as well.
Right.
Okay.
Right. And we need the community on this one.
So if we can get our hands on some pictures or something of this suspect, if you all have not had any luck, by next week we'll try to get something up, and we'll be asking for your help, and we'll try to show a photo so you can see if you recognize this individual.
Thank you.
Well, thank you, Paige. We appreciate you coming in and always sharing information with us. And community, we need your help once again. If any of this sounds familiar, can you give us that date one more time?
That was May 28th at approximately 10:20 in the morning.
Walmart, Spence Avenue.
Yes, ma'am.
All right, thank you so much for being here. We appreciate you on the show.
Thank you.
And this is what's happening with Crime Stoppers here in our community.
Thank you for joining us, and we are here at the Paramount Theater in the boardroom to talk about an event that's coming up on June the 29th, a concert of gospel music. I have with me Miss Kim Best. Kim, thank you so much for joining us.
You're welcome.
You have an event coming up that I know you're excited about. You and I have met several times to talk about it, and I've seen the enthusiasm that you have about what you're doing and why you're doing it. This concert has a very special meaning to you. Tell me about this concert for you. I know that it's honoring someone who's very special to you.
Yeah, well, recently I did lose my son. He was 16, and he was taken away from me so young, so early, and so tragically unexpected. and I'm still grieving about it. But this scholarship foundation that I started in his memory it helps a lot. It helps me deal with it a lot. It helps me try not to remember so much all that pain I was going through at the time we were searching for him.
But to remember the good things. This is for a benefit for Kennedy McLaurin. It is a scholarship in his honor, and I'm sorry for your loss.
Thank you.
I have seen, as you've come and discussed it, that this has helped you get through that process, because it helps you to look at the positive and the wonderful things that he was about. And so I think that's wonderful.
I find it very comforting to know that I can help some other students get through school, his classmates and beyond, 2014 and beyond. So it's a long-term project for me. It's not nothing short-term. It's going to last a couple of years, and I'm going to put it down. I want to see the people that are his peers and others his age just grow. Get their degrees or wherever they're at in their lives in the future. Just think back, be able to look back and contribute back toward the scholarship. And the little ones that are upcoming, hopefully be around long enough to
benefit too. Well, that's wonderful. And how do you see this progressing for scholarships? And will this be primarily for students at Goldsboro High School?
No, not primarily just for them, but they were a big inspiration for it to come about.
That's where he went to school, so I can understand that, absolutely.
It'll be for all the Wayne County students.
Well, very good. Well, thank you very much for sharing that with us. And the concert that you have coming up, the gospel concert, is at 5 p.m. on June the 29th. And let's talk about some of the entertainment that our viewers can expect to see.
Well, the first part of it is going to be about a 45-minute short play. It's going to be called Jesus is Coming. And what that's about, it's about a lady in the church, a member of the church, and the pastor. They're going to go through some things, and they're going to have a revelation of what Jesus has been trying to get them to understand over the years. And they're going to make some changes, and they're going to inspire the members. So it's going to be really nice. Short and nice and sweet. And then the singing, the gospel singers are going to come out and perform. The Walking by Faith choir, DJ Coles, he's a musician and singer.
He is phenomenal.
And
he's been on the Paramount stage many times.
Yes. When I reached out to him and asked him for some advice on this event, he went from giving me advice to volunteering to perform. I was like, wow. And I was just so honored that he offered to do that. And Charles Brody and his group, which is God's Chosen People, he's gonna perform. He's a gifted musician, a longtime family friend. His mom owns a home daycare, and she practically helped raise little Ken.
Oh, so, wonderful.
And he's taught little Ken some things about the keyboard when he was in his younger years. So when I asked him if he would perform, sing some of the songs on his CD that came out in 2010, I think it was. He was honored that I asked him, and I was honored that he agreed. So yeah. So everyone involved is pretty close to me in some way.
And wonderful entertainers. You've described some great entertainment coming up. That is June the 29th at 5 p.m. And tickets are available at the Paramount Theater box office. So you can go to our website at goldsboroparamount.com. Or you can call us at 919-583-8432. Kim, thanks so much for being here.
Thank you.
We look forward to having you here on June the 29th.
Thanks.
Our guests in the studio today are Bill and Jan Edgerton. A couple of fine folks here in Wayne County. I've known these folks a long time, and of course, I think everyone in Goldsboro and Wayne County know you guys as well. I'm telling you, it's good to see you. Thanks for being with us. Jan, always good to see you as well. What are you doing hanging around with this guy?
Oh, best I can do right now.
All right. Are we talking Optimist today?
Optimist, certainly, yeah.
Okay. Well, what's going on, Bill?
Well, one thing the main thing we wanted to talk about today, because we do a lot of activities, but on June the 8th, we're having Optimist Kids Fun Day.
Okay.
It used to be downtown Goldsboro Development had their ice cream social at the end of school.
Right.
Well, that was a program that they were going to discontinue, so the Optimist Club agreed to pick it up. So basically, it's a celebration for the kids at the end of school. It's going to be Saturday, June the 8th, from 10 till 2. We're going to have lots of activities, entertainment, and free food. Thanks to a lot of people.
Free food.
Everything's
Yep.
free.
Everything is free.
Everything's free.
All right.
We'll have popcorn all day. The Optimist Club does popcorn a lot.
Yes, you
so
do.
We'll have popcorn and water anytime. We'll have Krispy Kreme donuts from 10 to 11.
Wonderful.
From 11 to 12, we'll have Mount Olive pickles. From 12 to 1, we'll have Pizza Inn pizza and hot dogs. And from 12 to 2, we'll have pet ice cream.
So pet ice cream.
Pet
Ice cream made by the pet company.
Yes.
Not ice cream for pets.
Well, no,
Well-
they did the pet thing when they were doing it before.
Oh, okay.
We're into kids. We're not into pets. So we love pets.
Oh,
yes. We love all your dogs and cats,
No question.
but we really love kids, and that's what the Optimist Club does.
All kidding aside now, Optimist, you guys do so much good work around the community. You have the Christmas tree thing and during the holidays, and you're always working somehow. Jan, you're very involved with the Literacy Connections
Yes,
organization.
I enjoy that.
Yes, and Bill, you've always you were involved with the Habitat for Humanity for many years, getting that going
we
here.
started that here in Wayne County and volunteered full time for several years. We've backed off some considerably now. Really.
Yes. Now you're just concentrating on Optimist work and Literacy Connection work.
Yeah. She's a teacher, so she can do the literacy. I tried it. That's not my.
That's not your thing, huh?
No.
But now the Kids Fun Day, again, that's June 8th, right?
Yes.
And it's going to be a lot of food there.
Lots of food.
And what day of the week is that on?
It's on Saturday.
It's on a Saturday. And who's invited to this?
All the kids in the county. Of course, we don't know how many is going to come. This is the first time we've done it.
Okay.
So they'll be, when they register initially, they'll be given a card with each of these food items on it.
Okay.
And once they get their food item, it'll be marked off.
Be marked off. Okay.
So they can't just come in and get 15 hot dogs, But we've figured on 200 or 300 people at least, and that's what we're preparing for.
And
so.
we're asking for a parent to come with them.
Oh, please.
The little ones.
Yes.
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 It's a beautiful little park. I had
It's
not been in it.
It's the Cornerstone Commons there. The
Cornerstone
Chestnut
Commons,
and
downtown
Center
Goldsboro.
Street, yeah.
Yeah, that's Chestnut, I believe, isn't it?
Chestnut. Yeah.
Chestnut Street.
Chestnut
Chestnut
Center.
and Center Street.
Center Street, yeah.
Cornerstone Commons, yeah, very nice little
Right
corner
by the
there.
fire department.
By the fire department and right across from the Paramount Theater, or
Right.
catty-cornered, as they
Let me
say.
tell you about our entertainment. Now, this is unique.
Now, wait a minute. You're going to have entertainment
Free
as well?
entertainment.
Are you going to sing?
I thought about it. I'm still thinking a dance. Or something.
Okay.
We were in a meeting recently, and a 10-year-old boy from Northwest did the most amazing demonstration I have ever seen. He taught himself to do hula hoops.
Oh,
And it was not just a hula hoop.
okay.
It was 1 and 2 and 3 and 5 and 10
Wow.
around his waist, on either arm, around his neck, one on the ground, and he tapped it with his foot and up it came. It's just amazing. I've never seen anybody,
My
adult
goodness.
or not, and he's self-taught.
Really?
So we've talked to
he
his
He was really amazing. He's going to be out there and do his
His hula hoop thing.
performance that night.
Wow.
I used to do hula hoops
No,
twice, and it would be on the ground.
Did you really?
But this
I can't
kid,
see you in the hula hooping there, Bill. I'm
this
sorry.
kid was just amazing.
Was he?
Really,
Yeah.
it was something. And
more entertainment, and we're still working on that. And
Okay.
So if there are children that are gifted in some area, we'd love to hear from them.
Hula hoop or otherwise.
Anyway,
Oh,
that
all
would
right.
be super. And back to the popcorn, I have to tell this on Bill.
Uh-oh.
We have 2 big popcorn poppers.
Right.
and Bill likes popcorn.
Oh, yeah.
So he gives away a bag and he eats a bag.
No.
And he gives
Do you
away
really?
a bag and he eats a bag.
Do you really?
I eat enough.
So for every bag you give away, you eat one.
I don't
Kinda,
eat quite
sorta.
that much.
Okay, I understand.
But I do eat a lot.
Do you really? I admit I'm partial to it as well. So
It's good.
Oh, I love it. Yeah. All right. The 8th, the Optimist Club of Goldsboro's first annual Kids Fun Day on June 8th at Cornerstone Commons, downtown Goldsboro, corner of Center and Chestnut Streets. And what else do we want to add to this?
Everything's free.
Everything. Oh, that's good. Everything is free. Ice cream and pickles and pizza and donuts and hot dogs
Yes, yes.
and anything else.
And,
And
I was
entertainment
looking-
is free.
And we will have water and popcorn all day. Bottled water and popcorn.
Water and popcorn all day. There you go.
Water's donated by Culligan.
By Chuck and Marcia. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Very good.
People have been great to work with because
Yeah.
when it changed over from downtown Goldsboro Development to the Optimist Club, we really didn't know how much, if they would continue doing what they've been
Right.
doing. And they are.
And they continue to help and support.
Coca-Cola's providing Coca-Cola.
Great.
Rain date.
Rain date.
Rain,
There's a
yeah.
rain date just in case. What's the rain date?
The next Saturday.
The following Saturday. That would be the 15th. All
I
right.
was checking to see if there's anything else on here I need to
Okay.
mention.
Just be there.
We just hope all the kids come and enjoy it and
Okay.
a bouncy slide.
Oh,
One of these blow
a
up.
bouncy slide. Okay.
And we're looking at getting a Dunkin' booth also. So
Would you like to volunteer?
if you're
No.
available on that Saturday,
I'm
and
not going to
would like
be here. No, I
heard
won't.
that.
No, sorry.
Well, we're
Been
going
there, done that.
to talk to the mayor. I hope he volunteers.
Oh, I think that would be appropriate. I do.
Maybe we should have talked with Steve.
Yeah. Thank you so much, Bill Edgerton, Jan
Appreciate it.
Edgerton. Thank you so much for
Absolutely
being with us.
enjoyed
That's June 8th, Cornerstone Commons, downtown Goldsboro, the Optimist Kids Fun Day.
That's it.
And we're back.
And we are back. Go ahead.
We are back. Thank you for staying with us. You know what I just remembered, Wayne?
No, I don't.
No, you don't. Today is our Center Street Jam.
Oh, that's right. That's
That is
tonight,
that's
isn't it?
right. That's this
right.
afternoon.
Right.
And we're going to be featuring the Dickens Band.
The Little Dickens Band. Or
That's
the Dickens
right. I don't
Band.
think they're the Little
Not
Dickens
the Little
bands.
Dickens. That was somebody else.
That's right.
Yeah.
They're going to have all kinds of goodies out there for us and lots of entertainment. Come on out and join us. If you've never been to a Center Street Jam, come on out. You can bring you a lawn chair, or you can just come on out and walk around and meet and greet and hang out with your friends and family. It's a good time to have downtown Goldsboro this afternoon.
The Dickens Band.
That's right.
That's going to be a lot
Good
of fun.
music.
Oh, yeah.
Then might as well hang out downtown and go to a local restaurant.
That's right.
Just spend the evening here.
And do the restaurants stay open
They
later
do.
on?
They do, and many people do that. They'll leave after Center Street Jam and they'll go to their favorite downtown restaurant. So that's really nice. And I tell you, last Center Street Jam, when we had the Band of Oz,
Yeah.
and we had the Clydesdales,
Oh, yeah.
that was the second largest crowd we've ever had at a Center
Really?
Street Jam. I
Really?
need to find out from Julie, what was the first? What was the biggest,
Yeah.
most well-attended? I can't
Wow.
imagine what it would
I can't
be.
either.
But this one is
Wow.
actually Military Appreciation Day.
Oh, that's good.
It certainly is. And we'll have some, of course, some representatives from Seymour Johnson will be there. We'll have Mayor Pro Tem Michael Hedden will be there
Yeah.
to speak and greet everybody. Miss Goldsboro will be there to sing the national anthem and speak to you for a minute or two. So there'll be a nice group, and we want to make sure that we have a large attendance here to represent and show our support for Military Appreciation Center Street Jam.
Yes, indeed.
So that's today.
Tonight. Today. It was tonight for me. It's today for you.
There you go.
All right. But
As
what
long
time?
as you know it's May 30th.
That's right. Was it 5:30?
Yes, it is.
There you go. 5:30 this afternoon.
That's right. Want to
Well,
see you there.
There you go. Also tonight, later on this evening,
Yes.
at the Wayne County Museum on North William Street, a reception is going to be held.
Oh, that's today?
That is, starts at 5:30. Also, but there's a reception for contributors to the Mental Health Association. That's going on this afternoon. But then at 7 o'clock this evening, they'll be celebrating 50 years of mental health services here in Wayne County. The Wayne County Mental Health Association has been in existence for 50 years, and they have forever been helping people as advocates of the mental health illness and issues here in Wayne County. They help people, and this is for
They've got a
50 years
great
they've been
group
doing
right
it.
now.
certainly
They
do
really
an
have very
outstanding-
active.
And they were kind of they took some time off. Now they've come back with
A
strength-
vengeance, huh?
A vengeance. Yeah, they have strength, and they're back and they are back and want to invite you tonight at 7 o'clock to 50 years of mental health services at the Wayne County Museum. It will be happening. That will be the place to be this evening. Now, there'll also be music provided by Samantha and Daniel Casey.
Oh, that's great.
But there's a lot of other things going on there as well. Certainly hope you're able to attend. That's this evening.
So you can actually go back and forth
Oh, yeah.
from the Center Street Jam
I'm
to
sorry.
the mental health.
Center Street Jam to mental health.
That's right.
Back and forth. You could.
Because it's
couldn't
all downtown Goldsboro.
you? It is, yes.
Yes.
There you go.
Well, Wayne, take a hike.
And pardon me, lady.
This Saturday, June the 1st.
Look, I don't just let anybody say that to me. You know what I mean?
At the Cliffs of the Noose,
I
they
hear
are
that.
having a hike. They're asking you to come down and join a ranger for an exciting hike through the park. This is at Cliffs of the Noose. We'll learn about the area and how the cliffs were formed while trying to spot, I think that means spot, some woodland creatures. You're going to meet at the overlook in the parking area. If you have questions, you can call them at 778-6234. But that's learning about the Cliffs of the Noose, how it started, why the cliffs were formed, how they were formed. It should be extremely interesting.
I would think so, because it's very, first of all, for this part of the world, something like that is very unusual.
Oh, yes.
Very uncommon.
That's this Saturday from 3 to 4, Cliffs of the Noose.
There you
They'd
go.
love to have you there and go take a hike.
That they would. Okay. You know, earlier this week, we were
Yes.
talking about things that, more things you're beginning to see with caffeine
Oh, yes.
in them.
Some of these things are crazy, Wayne.
Really are. Well,
Toothbrushes,
we've talked about toothbrushes. They've
gum.
added caffeine to toothbrushes and to chewing gum and to toothpaste and to soap. But would you believe that they're actually putting caffeine or adding it to waffles? Waffles?
Really? I
Yes.
do love a waffle.
Pardon me?
I love waffles.
A what waffle?
Oh my gosh, caffeine in your waffles.
File this one under what not to give your kid for breakfast.
No doubt.
Each wired waffle, wired is a
Yeah, what does that mean?
brand,
Oh, okay.
contains 200 milligrams of caffeine. The founder of Wired, Roger Sullivan, this is Wired Waffles, Roger Sullivan sought investor support for the product of the popular TV show Shark Tank.
Oh,
which
yes.
You familiar with
Yes.
that? Okay, the sharks weren't biting, but so he found other investors somewhere. Jelly beans have been
Oh,
doused in-
caffeine and sugar. Imagine that. Boy, that's going to be a huge combination of.
Talk about
Bouncing
pinging.
off the walls.
Yeah, and bouncing. Yeah, caffeinated jelly beans and gummy bears. What's next? The Halloween candy
Wow.
prank pulls itself. And a lot of water has been
Really?
treated
They're
with
messing up
caffeine.
our water?
Bottled water. I'm talking about
I know,
water
bottled-
off the shelf.
of course.
And you know, you can get vitamin water
Yes,
now.
vitamin water, flavored water.
Flavored water, all that stuff. Whatever happened to just good plain old H2O?
It's still there.
No, is it?
It's still there. I love it. I drink it all the time.
You can quench your thirst and put on some pep at the same time. The only problem is that drinking too much may make you more dehydrated. I mean,
I would think so.
You would think that there's a bit of a conflict there because caffeine dehydrates you,
Exactly.
but water doesn't. But caffeine does. So if you put the caffeine in the water, what does it do? It self-disintegrates. I don't know what it does. You know,
He made that up.
I did make that up. How could you tell?
I don't know.
Okay. Coming up tomorrow from 10 o'clock until 11 o'clock or 10:15 till 11:15 tomorrow morning at the Wayne County Public Library for a live online stream from the North Carolina Maritime Museum in Beaufort. You'll learn how researchers retrieve artifacts from the ocean floor or clean crusty cannonballs from nearly 300 years ago. They're on the Queen Anne's Revenge, which was the ship of pirate
yes.
Blackbeard.
Oh, yes.
Edward Teach himself. Indeed. Now, this spring's dive will culminate in the recovery of several cannon and artifacts, other artifacts from the shipwreck. The North Carolina Department of Cultural Resources leads research at the shipwreck, and we'll have archaeologists and historians talk about Blackbeard and his sunken ship. Participants will also have an opportunity to ask questions of the researchers. This is this Saturday, this is this Friday, tomorrow,
Oh, tomorrow, okay.
10:15 in the morning at the Wayne County Public Library. Okay? That sounds like fun.
Yes, it does. Woo! Yes,
All
it
right.
does. Well, guess what? The Arts Council was still offering Classes for youth.
Really?
They are. This one is actually geared for teenagers. It's a teen painting class. It's Wednesday, June the 5th from 4 until 5. It says they'll have a step above the class advanced painting class for teenagers. The instructor's going to be Tim Darr.
Okay.
The ages are 13 and older. Oh, they're going to offer it quite a few times, June 5th, 12th, 19th, and 26th, all from 4 to 5. And if you come to all of these, the class costs $50.
That's a week apart each time.
It is, uh-huh.
The 5th,
So
the
it's for 4
12th, the
weeks.
19th, and the
For the whole month of June.
Oh, okay.
It certainly is. And if you want to contact Sarah or some of the fine staff at the Arts Council, call 736-3300 and ask more questions about the teen painting class from 4 to 5.
All right.
The Arts Council offers so much. We just have to take advantage of it.
There you go. Well, today is the 30th,
Yes, it is.
and we'll be all day. Today is Learn About Composting Day.
Well, Karen Brashear would be mighty happy about that.
Wouldn't she, though?
She would.
She would, wouldn't she, though? Now tell everybody who she is there.
Karen Brashear is our Director of Public Utilities, which means she is the one who handles all the compost for the city. And she is very fascinated about it. She's a very, very, very smart and intelligent lady.
Yes.
And she knows her compost quite well.
Today is also National Senior Health and Fitness Day. And, I'm sorry, that was yesterday.
Oh, that was yesterday.
Yeah, that was
So
yesterday.
they don't want us to stay fit today.
No,
just yesterday.
Just let it go. All right, yesterday was the day to be fit. Today is the day to be unfit.
Oh, gosh.
Okay, also,
Yes.
in more of our, really, who cares about that file, you remember the TV show Laverne and Shirley?
Of course I do. I loved it.
All right. There are, around the world, there are words in other languages that have no translation in English.
Okay.
Two of those words are schlemiel and schlemazel. You remember that from the beginning?
Yes,
of
of course.
All right, schlemiel and schlemazel. What do they mean?
Yeah, what do they
Well,
mean?
they are Yiddish,
Okay.
and someone prone to bad luck is what it means.
Oh, wow.
Yiddish distinguishes between the schlemiel and the schlemazel, whose fates would probably be grouped under those of the klutz in other languages. This is really harsh,
Wow.
but the schlemiel is the traditional maladroit who spills his coffee. The schlemazel is the one on whom it is spilled.
So that was Laverne and Shirley, I
That
guess.
was Laverne and Shirley.
There you
go. All right, let's do this again tomorrow because
Yes,
we
let's
are
do.
out of time.
We do. Join us tomorrow, Friday, May 31st.
That's right. Tomorrow, the end of the month, there's only one 31st, and it's tomorrow, right here on WGTV, Wayne Goldsboro Television. So until then, I'm Wayne Alley.
And I'm Kim Best, and this is what's happening in your community.